What's going on, guys? Dustin here with a Star Trek review. This is not KRE-O, but it's a little something out of my collection. This is the miniature original series U.S.S. Enterprise. Yes, this is what you see. This is basically the original variant. And so when you first get it, was usually disassembled with the removable pylons within the cells and usually the fuselage, you get the bridge and the engineering compartment. What you have to do in order to put it together, just slide this in, and there you go. And all you have to do is just put it for display, and you can display it anywhere. It includes a little booklet, which I'm about to show you, and hopefully read off. Cannot reproduce this. One of the most iconic spaceships in pop culture, in both name and look, the U.S.S. Enterprise first soared across television screens in the pilot episode of the original Star Trek series in 1966. The ship became an instantly recognizable for its unique design, a saucer-shaped hull, and engine nacelles mounted on twin pylons. The Enterprise and its main interior sets were designed by aviator set illustrator Matt Jeffries and the show's creator Gene Roddenberry. Jeffries used his experience with the military to make the ship look as functional as possible. Jeffries is also credited with giving the Enterprise its most unique registry number, NCC-1701. Now here's more of it. 79 episodes of the TV series, Enterprise became as important a character as any of the crew members. Chief Engineer Montgomery Scott, or Mr. Scotty, praised her capabilities and bemoaned the abuse she often suffered, not only from enemies, but also from emergencies requiring him to push the engines past their limits, and ironically, he does. Technology captured the Star Trek viewers' imaginations, a whole new vocabulary, unlike any heard science fiction before. You got phaser banks, transporters, deflector screens, and warp drive quickly entered the pop lexicon. Enterprise's fictional equipment inspired a generation of scientists to research the visibility of things like warp drive, and yes, I think we are still developing that right now. So the cultural impact of the Enterprise accumulated in 1976 when NASA christened its first space shuttle orbiter the Enterprise. Star Trek creator Gene Roddenberry and most of the cast of the show were on hand at the dedication, and that was actually for real. So here it is. This is actually a photo based off of an episode. I think it's something effect, but I can't remember. I'm not going to read all these, but we know that it's a Class 1 heavy cruiser in service of Starfleet, Defense Arm of the governing United Federation of Planets. So the Enterprise became a flagship of the fleet. These frontline ships were designed for all long-range missions. The Enterprise is a Constitution-class vessel. It's 289 meters long, weighs over 1 million gross tons. Ships comprise of 33 decks and hold a standard crew of 430 individuals. Alright, so this is your primary hull. And you got the interior with Mr. Spock, Uhura. Weapon defenses. Talks about propulsion. Here's the shuttlecraft. This is Galileo 7, mostly famous. It currently right now sits at Johnson Space Center. This is the transport. Now, transporters are reliable. No, Dr. Leonard Bones distrusted transports intensely. There were actually 2 incidents, I believe. If not, there may be more. I hadn't seen the whole series, but I have seen only season 1. Alright, so this one incident is when a transport accident split Captain Kirk into 2 entities, one good, one evil. That's an enemy within. I saw that episode. Another transport incident landed McCoy, Kirk, and Uhura and Scotty in a mirror universe where the ISS Enterprise is manned by evil versions of themselves and their shipmates. That is the Mirror episode. Actually, one of the first Mirror episodes in Star Trek. And these are the early voyages. Section, you got Captain Kirk and Mr. Spock. Now remember, Kirk wasn't the longest serving captain aboard the Enterprise. It was actually Christopher Pike that was captain before Captain Kirk came on scene. So Mr. Spock was the longest one on board. So the Final Frontier section, and there you go. Little book's a little small, kind of like a little pocket book, but who knows. Let's move on to the ship itself. Here it is. And let's start off with the stand first. This is actually a resin, plastic resin, little attachment. But what I don't like about it is it's just too plain black. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna have to paint it gold, just to bring it out, but leave the center the way it is. But let's move on to the U.S.S. Enterprise. This is the whole entire real deal. You have the markings, U.S.S. Enterprise, NCC-1701, and on the other side we got NCC-1701 here, and of course one upside down. But what's really unnecessary was to print on and off on there. I don't find it reasonable, but I know what they're trying to do. And also, I don't think it's really necessary to have this little end stick out. I know you're trying to, put it on display, but there's no need. Can you actually do a separate bottom compartment without the little piece sticking out, so you can actually fly around, play with it, all that stuff. And I like the design of the nacelles. It looks awesome. And of course the bridge, they actually replicate the bridge real well. Added the windows, and basically only this area lights up. Well, we'll get to that right now. Now, there's a little black switch just right here where my hand is, and basically you have on and off. I don't find it reasonable to, put on and off there, but we're going to go ahead and show you the lights. So if we turn on, actually, now it's powered by cell batteries, which was real awesome. The windows around the side lights up, the neck lights up, the bridge, in order to give in depth, we'll turn off the light, turn off the lights, and we'll actually turn the main lights off and show you. Yes, bathe in red light, so we're obviously near a red star, and poof, there you go. It looks cool. There, I just, fade off the red light, just show you how much of an in-depth look. So, here's the underside. You have the deflector ditch underneath. Yep, you can actually explore the final frontier. And so basically, only this part lights up. Just nothing else. Like, these areas, they're not lit up. We actually look at it from a distance. Looks cool. Alright, so I'm gonna go ahead, turn off these lights and turn on lights. Now, how much is it? Well, I got out of Books A Million, so it was $12.46, but I had a $5 discount card, so I basically got it for $7.46. I also had a little sales tax added, so it was $7.47. But overall, it looks cool. If you are a TOS fan, original series fan, long time, I would highly recommend this. But some flaws, yeah, I don't think it's really, just like what I said, I don't think it's really needful. I understand you're trying to stick this out, but there's nothing wrong with it. But why can't to the company that made this Enterprise? Well, how come you didn't do like make like a separate compartment? Make like a spare battery compartment so you can actually screw this off. Like if you're not displaying it, or you just want to play around with it, create your own adventures. And also, if it was, fully assembled, we would actually have the nacelles light up. But overall, I like it. It looks pretty cool. Nothing disappointing, but I don't think there's a reason to have on and off, like out of the blue in there. Just no reason. But overall, I liked it. I like it. I'm actually adding this to my Star Trek collection. So, yeah, my name is Dustin, and I'll see you later. And yes, live long and prosper.